just going to jump through the software. I've got my mobile app tethered up here on the screen. There's a whole bunch of features there. It's all about connecting the site back to the office and having that centralized data. Then we have the other 4 icons: client, interacting with your client, giving them visibility; production, because we do fabrication, we have a whole bunch of fabrication tools. It's really interesting. A lot of construction companies that have fabrication, or even, because we came from the shop fitting space. The shop fitting space is a very fast game. You have 4 weeks to go and build this amazing thing, and in a crazy amount of time acquire all this aluminium, all these shop fronts, all this paint. So that's where we bring production into it. Contractor or supplier. If you have contractors that engage with you, that work with you regularly, there are some really big benefits to them, as in sharing work with them that they could potentially estimate on, and also tracking jobs with them that they can work on.
So you can send out requests for quotes, and essentially those subcontractors that you have loaded into the system can respond directly in to populate your budget, and that flows all the way through.
Yep, that's right. Flows all the way through into the job stage, the accounts and administration stage. Importantly, the defects and outstanding stuff, everyone wants to get paid, but it's really hard to track if they have actually completed their works. Accounts are always chasing someone. Should we pay this? They keep chasing me. I don't know. Having that mobile app and that contractor portal actually syncs all that together, gives visibility. So I've just jumped in here to the software, into the main dashboard. We're looking at everything because I have admin level rights. Imagine this with a lot of these turned off. It's all about everyone having their 10% that they're adding to the system, as in they might be in sales, estimation, projects. Things are turned off. Things are categorized to people. So I'll just go through each section. Sales. Traditionally in construction, no one manages sales very well. They're always word of mouth, which is great, up until you want to grow or you want to figure out a pipeline of work coming up. We take an inbound lead, we create a budget and a probability, and then we track that through the different stages. So I'll run through a couple: potential design, tendering, estimating, out there with the client. How many estimates have we got out with the client? Where are they at? Good to go is we're going to do something, just not now, or we're waiting on something. So there's always that limbo stage, and then won and lost. This is all reportable. This is all, because we track live budgets, we can go and push this prospect stuff onto a pipeline and then go and report on, do we need to go out and chase more staff, or do we need to go out and chase more work? What is our potential for growth? This leads us into the next stage, which is estimation. And just before I move on, sales and estimation, all this stuff is linked. So if you're going to put information into one spot on the software, then there is no need to double enter it all the way through until the end. There is multiple ways to estimate in the software. Like I said before, the initial scope was to go out and get quotes, go out and estimate and win more jobs. We have seen 3 to 5% increase of sales on companies that work with us, because now they're able to get more quotes out accurately because there are bidding tools. And then we do something a bit different to most other softwares, and I won't go into each detail, but I'll show it. We break the budget into sections, because it's never just a line item, this is what it costs. There's always detail that you can go on to. In the fabrication space, we've built a really specific module that's a drag and drop system that you can go and drag stuff from a price book with hours. So it's a really unique part of the software. The next stage down from there is projects. We built the estimate, we won the job, let's turn it into a project and let's track that budget. This will create a card which we go and track. We have all these tools. Essentially what we do is we copy the estimate over, we call it the budget. We track all these areas that could affect that budget, and that brings us to the summary screen. The summary screen allows us to see what margin are we making, are we winning, are we losing, or is something going wrong, or someone made a mistake? And that's really the key to it. Because construction happens so fast, we need to see what it is right now, what it could be in tomorrow, or it could be next week. If something does go wrong in that area and we see the GP drop on a project, that's when we go and make action. And traditionally, this is where the gap is missed with most companies, as they look at that at the end and they go, oh, it went wrong. And then, like I said, 10 jobs later, no one reports on that. So that's how we track it in real time. Other things like, I'll just bring up here the mobile app. Just give me a second here. Oops. The mobile application really does connect the site. So we have things like scheduling people in and what they're actually doing. In the projects, we have multiple projects here running, and then there's a whole array of tools. It's not, this can be limited to who is on site and what they need to see. Some of the core ones through the mobile is inductions. We cover the whole OH&S life cycle, also a sync back to the project. Time tracking is involved. I'll just show you here quickly one of the most important ones, which actually led us to bring the mobile app to where it is defects. Defects are a big problem. No one knows where they're at. So here we're able to see defect image, defect completed image. And because we know the contractors from the start, we're able to go and assign that to them and notify them of what's actually going on. Other things I'll just quickly cross over is accounts. Accounts get their own screen that has everything to do with everything in the business, and they're really looking for the yeses and nos. Should we pay this? Should we not pay this? Is this ready or is this not ready? Where is this at? There's all these questions that is continually asked in the business. If I jump into this section here, for an example, an accounts person has no idea if a plumber's finished their job or no idea if the tiler's finished. Only the person on that job, the PM, has that information. So what we do is we give that that accountability, I guess, to that PM or to whoever's managing that. And it's a simple yes/no question. Yes, we're going to pay them and we're going to rate them, because that actually builds up some analytics for when we engage them again. Or no, we're not going to do that, and this is why, and this is the PM you need to talk to about that. So it ties itself all together in one system, and it's all reportable continuously.